my god, look at this. Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Greyhound. Oh my god, look at this thing. It looks ugly, doesn't it? Oh, I bet a couple of people have gone, seriously? That? It's like the unveiling of the Universal title. And if you're a wrestling fan, you'll know what that means. So, this is something I've been working on for... It was a total of 3 days. There was one day where it was, right, what do I want it to look like? What pieces am I going to use? What colours is it going to use? What's going to be? That was just a plan of looking at all the other engines I've got and thinking, right, I know what I want. It's going to be grey. I have a ton of grey slope pieces. I'm going to use those. Then the next 2 days we're all taking stuff apart and using those for the for this one. Had a bit of a brain fart there, sorry. But, yeah, I mean, I'm so happy with how it turned out. There's obviously going to be a ton of work that needs doing on this. There is so much to do. It's going to be like the Emerald Champion where it has a ton of different stages in terms of its looks. Ugh, pardon me. But that'll be in its own time. And, of course, I use the Emerald Champion as like a template for this new model. And again, I'm just so happy with how it looks at the moment. There's a lot to do, as I said earlier, but let's not focus on that now. Let's have a look at this brand new engine. So first thing you've probably noticed, it's grey. The Greyhound. Very clever. Second thing you've noticed is that it's got a lot of gold on it and a bit of yellow as well. Why is that? I looked at some videos of like some Union Pacific trains and some models, and I came across a model of a Union Pacific 9000 model, and it was grey with some yellow stripes, and it was like the Greyhound paint scheme, and I thought, you know what, that's brilliant. I want this train to look like that. And there's of course some other train pieces I've got, well, not necessarily train pieces, but other pieces in general I've got here. So, like I did with all my engines, I'm going to go from the front to the back, and we'll see how bad this thing actually looks. So at the front, this is a bit of a mess, I'm not going to lie. When I made the boiler, it only stops there, as you can see. I want to make sure my shadow's out of the way. So it looks like it's its own separate thing being pushed. But how am I going to... I can't really have that like I have on the Emerald Champion, where it's just something where you walk on, and it's... yeah, just like it was a Polar Express sort of thing. I need to try and have it bulkier. So I looked at some more Union Pacific train models, and they will have like something covering the face sort of thing, a massive like box of like tech and whatnot. So I thought I'd try and make something similar, and I came up with this. Once again, it has a cow catcher and a similar theme where there's a slope piece going down there. As you can see on the side, that's what it looks like. As I added yellow pieces, I thought, well, I say yellow pieces, it's just a stripe going down the middle of the boiler. You'll get a better shot of it later. But yeah, I got a couple of gate pieces here just to decorate, pizzazz it up. I got a couple of those flexible pipes, because I found those last minute, and just chucked them on. I thought they were quite nice. 317, of course, because I actually want to use good train parts and chuck them on. I do have other train parts where it's it's 2 studs wide, 2 bricks tall, and it has some cool train details on there. You'll find it on the Ghost train as well. It was at the front and the back of the main boiler piece. If you know what I'm on about, good. If you don't, then don't worry. I'll add those at a different time. Now, one thing I really like is all these little golden studs going along. Oh, it just looks quite nice. It really does. And there's the yellow stripe too, by the way. I thought that's a nice little detail. Saves me having to use some more grey bricks. And yeah. So one thing I also really like about this train, it's so smooth. It's amazing. But I think that's only because these are newer pieces as well, and also the Emerald Champion has those piston bits where it's connected here, where it kind of limits how much the wheels can turn. But it's really nice. It still looks very cool. And very cool continues up here. Look at that face. Look at the... what's it called again? Smoke deflectors, that's it, these things. But yeah, more golden details. I got a bell up there. Again, nicked from the Ghost train, which I think is really cool. It doesn't shake or anything. Oh, good lord. The boiler does. But yeah, I've made that so it's all solid in one place. I don't want it to wave around too much. I've got one massive funnel here because trying to make two or anything else will probably be a bit of a pain in the ass. And I like it like this. I think that as the front looks quite cool. Now it has the same wheel arrangement as well, where it's 6 there. Jesus, stop shaking the fucking boiler. So 6, 4, 4, 6, 8, 8, 6 rather, or 3, 4, 4, 3 per side. Let's shuffle over this way a little bit. There we go. Some, what's that? Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff sucks, in case anybody wants to know. But yeah, it's same wheel scheme. It shares black and gold, which I think works really good together, especially with the yellow and grey scheme that's going along on the top. Now, if I were to put the boilers of the Emerald Champion and this together, this one is considerably lower. Now, of course, there's going to be a ton of plans in the future where I raise it, and that's because if you look at the wheels here, it's just flat, and it basically comes up with the boiler. There's no of that sort of slope thing where it goes over each wheel. That will be added, and I think it's just going to be up, goes over all of them, then down. So if you don't know what I'm on about, let me quickly show you. Shuffle around here. God, it's dark. It's these little bits, how it goes up, across, and down above each wheel. So I'm going to try and get some of those, but of course it's going to go up. It's having those little pieces where when it goes downwards, it's going to be level. It's going to carry on like that. Very good. More golden details along the top because I thought I needed to have some pizzazz. 3 wheels because... 3 wheels? 3 whistles, yes. And another one of those sort of slope pieces along there trying to lift it up a little bit in a way. It was a bit too small. What the hell am I trying to say? It was like low down, like on the Emerald Champion where I complained, it's too low down, and at the front it's too high. I tried levelling it by adding that on. And besides, it looks nice. 4 people in the captain. I can actually take this one off, look at this. There's a total of 4 people, I don't know how well you can see them. But there's 4 people in there, I think that's really cool. Again, more pieces nicked from the Ghost Train. These wall pieces with the wheels and windows. Oh, fucking hell. But you know what I mean, right? Bloody wheels, they're too good, that's why. I love them. And now let's move on to the tender. Now, in the reveal video, the tender was different. And in the reveal video, you also saw that the Emerald Champion only had 1 tender. That's because I thought, you know what? I want to give it back. I want to give it second tender back. And the base is one of those black coach bases, which is 24, yeah. It's 24 studs long, and it has small wheels basic set, more 317. Again, this is going to be pizzazzed up to look fucking incredible. Now, this might be the train where I actually want to chuck the crane on it, rather than have it on the Emerald Champion, because I feel like this will be able to make it work more, especially with these special 6 long slope pieces, because it dips down by 1. That's actually a plate along the top there, which I think is quite interesting. Golden details along the back, and a light as well to make sure you can see when you're going. I think it's like a caution light, that's actually why it's there. I don't know, but it's there, and it stays there. And I like it. But yeah, I mean, it's a very basic tender, there's not really anything else to really go through with that. It does continue the yellow stripe, which I think is quite nice. I am going to have to work on levelling it, because it's not something I was able really good at. Does it look level? It's nearly. I might have to raise it up on this side a little bit. But a brick maybe, get rid of the tiles underneath it and then put a brick underneath it instead. That might work. Yeah, let's try that. So, as a whole, that's the Greyhound. Again, Greyhound, from what I learned at least, comes from the actual colour scheme of the engine. But giving it the name of the engine itself, I think suits it. I am able to move this a lot faster, and of course Greyhounds are fast dogs. It makes sense. I nearly said something else. It was like a moment where I was like, are Greyhounds dogs or are they something else? Well, yeah, they're dogs. If I am wrong, then do tell me, because I'm not a pet. Well, I am not a pet person because we never have pets, and most of my friends rarely ever had any pets at all. But yeah, this is the Greyhound, and it's absolutely incredible. Thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any ideas for making this look any better, then absolutely tell me. I'm always open to suggestions now that I'm constantly going through changes of my two main engines. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.